Hi, I'm Moody, feeling Moody. It's time for a moon message. Today's moon is the waning gibbous moon under the astrological sign of Aquarius. This reading is for couples. Ooh, divine timing. Everything will work when you and Holy Spirit see fit. Divine timing, because it does include you, right? Because we have free will. So divine timing is when everything works, when you and Holy Spirit see fit. Okay. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. For some, divine timing won't occur until you let go and release a relationship and focus on self. Okay. Okay. And that involves being better with healing wounds within the relationship. Okay. So everything will happen in divine's time when we begin to work on the relationship as well as ourself. It's like even sometimes we get into a relationship and we forget ourselves. I am guilty as charged. And I think we all are, because you want to really give time and attention to this new person coming into your life. Okay? So some of us are letting go of being single and focused on ourselves and coming into a relationship, and others of us have lost ourselves in a relationship, right? Like sometimes when you put so much focus on that relationship, you lose focus of yourself and you let go of your transformation. Absolutely. And other people, couples, when you're together with the butterfly, I feel the need for growth. Sometimes you're involved in a relationship and you're growing and they're not. Matter of fact, they're hindering rather than supporting. And sometimes they're not growing at all themselves, right? Like they have no activities, but you have all the activities. Or they never come up with suggestions or things to do. Everything is like on you when it comes to you guys doing things together. So I feel like even counseling, I do see that things do get better because you two decide to work on healing, transforming the relationship as well as yourself. And in doing this, everything works when it's supposed to work. Okay? Couples. Yeah, this is for those, I'm being told, that are willing to work on keeping their marriage or relationship together, bringing it to a new level, figuring out how to make it grow with both of you being happy. I hear that towards the end it's better. It's better now. Healing wounds within the relationship. Okay. Seven of Cups. Somebody had a lot of choices. Somebody's very attractive. Of course, right? They're married to you or they're in relations with you. Of course, they're very attractive. And they're tempted, right? Okay. And they like the attention. They're used to it. Okay. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what else? Yeah. And so when you get into a relationship, you expect that that's going to calm down, all of that flirtatious energy. Yeah, somebody's very flirtatious, and the other person like wants that to stop too. There's a lot of letting go or single things that you do when you get into a relationship, right? You gotta almost like reprogram yourself. You can't just conduct yourself any old way. And that's what I'm saying. And so there is that give and take, the communication of feelings. Well, God, babe, you made me feel like, I don't know, I didn't feel good when you're looking at them or you're giving them all of your attention. There was something crazy with the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands reverse. You just wanted that flirtatiousness. Something happened. I don't know. They like took the focus off of you too. You could have been talking about something and somebody else distracted them. That's what I'm feeling. So it's like pulling back your energy to get things into perspective. The Ace of Cups, you're focusing on you, letting go of that situation and the relationship for a minute to focus on you, to put the focus back on you, to get grounded, right? To figure out how you really feel about this. Maybe both of you took the time to do that. Just step back, stop arguing. I just feel very mature because I said in the beginning, you want to work this relationship out, right? And that's all it takes, the will to compromise until we come up with a peaceful solution, right? And not go to bed with the anger, right? Always be willing to start again, anew, afresh. By you focusing back on yourself, taking, and that doesn't mean not thinking about this, not, coming up with your ideas for when you regroup, right? Not, because yeah, you want to be heard still. You want to be heard. Both of you, that's right. But that's what it takes to heal the relationship. Honest communication to the point of compromise, right? Starting over often. But sometimes people just let go, right? They don't talk. They don't want to talk. They don't want to be open, and it's like they want to be a mind reader. Like they want you to read their mind, and they want to try and read your mind. Like when you're trying to explain to them how you feel, they're trying to read your mind, that you said something else. No, I said exactly what I meant, right? Or they don't want to talk to you. Like just keep the focus on you from your point of view, your perspective, what happened here. Okay. But at least if they want to talk, they're willing, right? Right. So I do feel a willingness. Yeah, see, but toxicity comes in so many different forms. Who knows what this represents? But because what you have is love, and Satan hates love because God is love. That's John 4:16. God is love and Satan hates him, right? And we know this is a spiritual battle, right? I am feeling the willingness that is very important here, the compromise that through communication you can get through anything. And the good news is we've got a new moon coming in Gemini, and Gemini is the lovers. That's true love. It's a major arcana controlled by God, because God is true love. You can't fake it. You can't force anybody to love you, right? King of Swords here. Yeah. You need the King of Swords, especially when you're going up against the devil, right? And this is communication. Swords are about communication again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. more communication. But this is being attentive. This is paying attention. This is, all right, schools in service. Yeah, I want to learn what we need to do to advance our relationship. I'm willing to work on it. I'm willing to heal the wounds and to make us better. I hear that. That's the King or Queen of Swords. Very mature, very upright, clear on what they want. And that's how God works in a relationship that he wants to use for a higher purpose too. You show up in all of this maturity. That's why the devil is here too, because he knows something is getting ready to happen. Yeah, he doesn't want this to go all the way. Absolutely not. He wants to kibosh this. I do feel with the Seven of Cups too, some type of chaos, some type of drama. Drama queen, drama king walked in, took center stage. Looking good, but, with the intention just to divert, delay. And that's what I said, be an illusion, cause confusion, and then the moon falls, which is also a major arcana. So you see how this begins in chaos. You saw the devil card, but Spirit said you have no idea how it's going to end. And this is a time for you to have faith. You have 3 major arcanas. You have the devil. So you've seen that chaos and confusion. You have justice reverse. Just when it seems like you aren't going to get what you should get, or you two aren't going to be able to work this out, or there is no compromise. Because, things could get heated depending on what happened with that Seven of Cups. What happened with this devil here? He definitely comes back to test you. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. Yeah, he wants to take away everything you have, your family. He wants to, whatever this is, he wants this rift to not only stay, he wants it to widen. So that's why Spirit shows up like this, to let you know that everything happens and it works together. Like God uses even what happens to us that's bad, that's a challenge. If you're sincere, he'll use that to your benefit. And that's what I think is happening here. Something that maybe could have normally fallen apart. You could have let each other go, but you were willing. That willingness is worth a lot. It goes a long way. Okay. What else? Let's qualify this reading for couples, Spirit. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. See, when you two put your efforts together, Pentacles is all about time, effort, money, achieving. You two are a great couple. Not only that, 1 away from the 10. See, that's why. That's why Satan is here. He don't want you to get that 1. Every time that you overcome a challenge together, that brings you closer to your mission. Yeah, I see. Continue to put forward effort, the willingness. It leads to your success. Look at you guys have achieved something already. Some of you are already in this energy, right? Others of you see it. You see it coming because you pulled back from each other and you focused. You took a look inside. Okay. Some of you even prayed, what am I doing wrong? Spirit, show me. Show me what I'm doing wrong. And that's why Divine says, okay, I'm going to show you. And then I know both of your hearts. I don't know all of the details, but yes, he does. He knows everything, right? So, right. Spirit is sending your angel guides, your spirit guides. That's why you had to focus on yourselves again. Number 1, asking those questions. How would I treat me? How would I like to feel? Right, exactly. That gave you both time to retreat to your corners and really refocus. look at everything again with a new set of eyes. Effort, success, that brings achievement. That brings the Nine of Pentacles. What else, Spirit? You had time even to think of all of the things you've obtained, you've achieved to date. Look at this. And this is about like rekindling your union, doing the things that it took to get you in the beginning, right? Remembering all of those things. And now's the time to do them again. The Three of Cups. Maybe you have an anniversary coming up. Something, a cause for celebration. Hey, just saying, you know what? I just want to celebrate our relationship being together. I just want to celebrate the fact that things are better now, right? That we've been able to heal our wounds within the relationship and we're at peace. Or I just want to celebrate the fact that we've been focusing on ourselves and that's been bringing peace without the distance, right? But then you go out, you get that time to actually talk. The time is now. Three of Cups is about communication, hanging out with your best friend. That's what we have here. That's what you're yearning for. That's what you're trying to obtain. So we had the King of Swords, and now we have the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords appears in future energy, and the Moon, as well as Justice reverse. Something that was supposed to cause divorce, cause separation, really worked in your favor. And it was because you two are really supposed to be together, because when you're supposed to be with someone, they're willing, they want to compromise. It's not perfect. There is no perfection, no panacea down here. It's reality, right? So these two get honest. They get honest, and they're talking about what really hurt them, what cut, what hurt, right? They're truthful. This is a king and a queen, and so they don't need each other. They want each other. There's a big difference. There's a big difference when you're coming at it like that. Her sword is down because she can cut. So she is really like trying to temper herself, control her words, her thoughts. But he is right there with her. I'm telling you, even though the King and Queen of Swords, they are the master of the swords, right? Of the tongue, they know how to deliver it sweetly, or they can cut you. So, and they have discernment on when to use what. Sometimes the sword is up, sometimes the sword is down. Absolutely. All right. King of Cups. There's love here. There's love here. And you guys are so glad that you allowed time to heal your wounds. This is what I hear. You're so happy that you didn't just allow this stalemate to bring things to an end, that you didn't deny the way you really feel about each other. That when you came to the crossroads of staying or leaving, that you still chose each other. You could do that. That's right. Maybe you're hearing this message because that is Spirit's advice to you too. Maybe you didn't know that willingness is there until you try. Maybe that relationship, this relationship for some of you couples, needs to go to a higher level, right? And in order to get you there, Spirit has to make you two go through whatever you go through, but strengthens your ability to talk to each other, to discuss it, to forgive, to compromise, to not raise that sword, because you're both the king and queen. So, to be at peace, to keep the peace. Yeah, it's good because the Ace of Cups is so refreshing. It's like you two start to actually do things that you love, and then you do remember the things that brought you together when you first began to date. You had your own life, so you would invite them to do things that you do, but somehow, we lose ourselves when we get into a relationship to the detriment of the entire relationship. So that's kind of what's going on here, and I'm glad that things get better. Leave me a comment and tell me what's been going on with you. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until the next moon phase, namaste.